Hey, monster. Daddy's going to tell you some stories, alright? And this is kind of weird for Dad. I'm talking to my phone and looking at myself, which is it's pretty damn weird, son. But I'm doing this in case anything ever happens. I want you to know the good and the bad about your dad. I did not mean that for that to rhyme. Your daddy is winging it. The electricity just went off. You're in kindergarten at school right now. And I've been putting this off for quite a while. Just for the pure fact that I don't like, let's try to think of the word. Well, how about words? I don't like thinking or saying things about myself, especially looking at myself or videos and pictures, and I don't do that. There's not much around of me like this. You'll find tons of stuff of Daddy playing music and jamming and having fun that way. Daddy's not a talker. I'm a quiet guy. I always have been, ever since I was little. I was the kid that would go play outside by himself or in his bedroom by himself with a few toys, or I'd be outside with sticks drawing in the dirt or making roads in the dirt for my cars and stuff. I'm going to start off with my earliest memory of anything at all that I remember. It was your Papa Jackson's mom, so your great grandma. You know what? I don't even know her name. And I've known the lady. She was mean. She didn't like your daddy or your mom or your mama. Your mommy never met her. She passed away way before then. Some of my earliest memories are with your Mama Berta and your Papa Jackson. He was a preacher in Pointer, Missouri, and they lived just about a mile from his church, but his mom lived down here as well, and she lived in this little house by herself. Well, your Papa Jackson moved to a new church back in Kentucky, where they lived and have lived most of their lives. Now, Papa Jackson is a lot like your Papa and you. Me and Papa Jackson were joined at the hip, where I was his little shadow, like your Papa's little shadow. And I remember running around his church, and I remember falling asleep on a pew in the church during the night, one of the night services, and all the lights were off, and everyone forgot about me. Very crazy. By the way, if you smoke, I will haunt you. So don't do it. Your daddy does it because he's old and crazy. But that's some of the memories I have at the church. I have a few more vague memories of the church, but I couldn't tell you if it's from what someone else told me or if it is something I remember. So, and we're going to move on from the church. So, your Papa Jackson is moving back to Kentucky. And your Mama and Papa and me are helping your great grandma Jackson. We're helping her pack up her stuff because she moved with Mama Berta and Papa Jackson. It's really confusing because that's my Mama and Papa. I know they're yours too. Trust me, I know. But we are at, I'll just call her Grandma Jackson. It's easier for me that way because that's how I know her. We're at her house. She's already gone, but we're packing up all of her stuff. And, well, everyone else is. I was 2 years old. Your daddy was little. And they let me play outside in this little creek. This was the 80s. There wasn't as much to fear as there is now. And your daddy is super protective of you. So, you know. But we were there, and I remember playing in the creek and throwing rocks and stuff. And then there goes that memory. Right after that, though, I don't know if it was the same day or I know it was probably at least the same week. We got inside of the U-Haul van and we drove to Kentucky. I just remember it because it was a giant truck to me. And it was huge, and your Papa was driving. And I sat between your Mama and your Papa. And I was little, so I'm pretty sure they didn't like the drive that much. Because I was probably bored. It's 4 hours from our home. Alright, you'll see. Where do I go from there? Oh, okay. When I was 3, possibly 4, we had pictures done by a family friend. Well, your Mama and Papa had this done. It was their friend. I didn't know him. And it was just some family pictures of your Mama and Papa and your daddy. Your Aunt James wasn't born yet. So, my memories of this day involve my little toy motorcycles and playing on a couch that your Papa made himself. He used to build furniture. Electricity's back on. But I remember sitting there playing, and I was like I am now. Your daddy doesn't like having pictures taken, not videos, so, you know, this is really crazy right now. And that's pretty much that. Your Papa also worked 2 jobs at this time. And your Mama worked nights. at her job. So, your daddy and Mama would go meet Papa at his second job. And it was an upholstery business, some sort. It was a warehouse, is all it was. It was wood everywhere, all the stuff to make couches and chairs and whatever you needed, like that. So, instead of me bugging your papa all the time, I would go play in this open warehouse part, and they used to have this dolly to put heavy stuff on. Well, by the time I would get there, the dolly would be cleared off, and it was there to play with. And it was a big one. It's not like the little ones where you gotta tip it back and everything. So, your daddy was playing on the dollies, and I would push it, and then I'd jump on it and ride it. Which got me in trouble a lot. Then, your papa got tired of me messing around so much back there that he eventually took a couple of sawhorses together. Hopefully, by the time you actually watch this, you'll understand that what a sawhorse is, and upholstery and all that stuff. I know you're still young, or at least in my time right now you are. But he had one sawhorse like normal, and he cut another one and cut it all up, and he turned a sawhorse into a normal kind of looking wooden horse for me. And he gave it a head and a neck and everything, and I would climb up on it. He run a rope through it and had it where it was just like riding a real horse. He even did like a little saddle type thing for me. And I remember playing on that thing for so many hours. I played on that thing constantly until he eventually quit working there because of the people, his bosses. They weren't good people. That's where I, just like you right now, where every time we drove to where he worked, it was right near McDonald's. So, when I was little, I would always ask for a Happy Meal because McDonald's brainwashes us from birth. Your daddy doesn't eat meat anymore. I haven't for over 20. Let's do the math. 18 years. As of right now, I have not eaten meat in 18 years. Yeah. You say that you are a vegetarian now, but you still like your chicken nuggets and your jerky that you and your papa eat all the time. But you're still daddy's little vegetarian, no matter what's said. Alright? Well, this has been almost 15 minutes long of daddy talking. This will be part 1. I may just name it something about your Mama and Papa Jackson, because you know them. And they love you very much. But I love you way more. I really do. I love you so much, son. Bye.